my name is Gina and I'm a librarian at the Spokane Public Library, and today I'm going to talk to you about anime. So at the Spokane Public Library we offer an anime club once a month for teens. And at this anime club usually what we do is we watch the first few episodes of an anime series. We do some sort of anime or Japanese culture related activity or craft, and we also have some discussion about the anime after we finished watching. So it's a lot of fun. Some of the activities that we did before we got the shelter in place order was we did chopstick races. So we had chopsticks and we were trying to see who could get as many pieces of candy in their cup first. So your chopstick skills kind of paid off here if you were good at that. We did some Japanese calligraphy. We tried a bunch of these different kind of weird Japanese snacks that nobody had ever tried before, and we rated them. And we did some candy sushi, and these are just a few of the things that we did in the club. I have a lot more plans for different things to try out and have fun with when we return. But yeah, that's kind of what Anime Club is about. I was really enjoying it, so I'm sad that I haven't seen you guys in the last couple of months, but once the library reopens, we'll be able to get right back into it. But while we're home, I want to share some of the anime that I've been watching, so you can still enjoy anime while you're home. I watch all of these on Crunchyroll, which is a free service that you can watch all of this online. And the first show that I'm really enjoying is called My Roommate is a Cat. And this is a fun, kind of heartwarming anime because it's about a young man. His name is Subaru, and his parents go on vacation, and unfortunately while they're on vacation they have a tour bus accident and they're killed. And Subaru is very much an introvert, and he has some social anxiety. So he doesn't really like to go out, and now that his parents have died, he's even more alone than he's ever been before. He is a writer, so he's able to work from home, and so the only person he really interacts with is his crazy editor, and so this is hard to watch. But one day he decides to go to the graveyard. He brings a sushi offering to his parents at their grave, and while he's there, this stray cat jumps in and begins eating his offering, and he decides to take the stray home. So they both don't know, the cat and Subaru don't really know what to think about each other. Subaru's never had a pet, so he doesn't really know how to take care of it, and so it's really funny to watch their interactions and watch their relationship sort of grow. But what's sort of special about this anime is that it tells kind of their story through Subaru's perspective in the beginning part of the episode, and then at the end there's kind of this quick version that comes from the cat's perspective. So she kind of explains why she behaved the way she did, or what her interpretation of events was, and that's kind of funny and enjoyable to watch. So I would recommend this anime to anybody, but in particular to people who really enjoy pets or want pets, especially for those who like cats in particular. The next anime on my list, this is probably my favorite anime on the list so far, is Dr. Stone. And Dr. Stone is an interesting anime. It's about two friends. One is named Senku, and he's sort of the genius type character, and his friend Taiju. And Taiju is, very kind and loyal, and he's very physically strong, but he's sort of oafish and over the top. The series starts out with these two in high school, and Taiju decides that he's going to tell this girl that he has been in love with for over 5 years that he loves her and he wants to be with her. And so he summons up his courage and he goes out to talk to her. And they're talking outside, and just as he's about to tell her this, a big cloud kind of takes over the sky, and it turns everyone to stone. And which, that kind of messes up Taiju's plans. He doesn't get to tell the woman he loves that he loves her. And he's sort of conscious the whole time he's frozen in stone. And so he waits, and he says, no matter what, I'll wake up and I'll rescue her and I'll tell her I love her. And it's really quite funny. But he eventually does wake up. And he sees that the world has completely changed, and it's been about 3,000 years in the future, so things are completely different. And he kind of wanders around trying to find this girl he loves, and he ends up running into Senku. And Senku has been awake for about a month longer than Taiju, so he's kind of got a camp set up, and Senku's determined to rebuild human civilization and accelerate it to where they were before everybody was turned to stone. So it's quite an enjoyable series. The premise is super interesting and unique, but even though this is kind of a serious topic what they're up against, the anime is really, really funny, and it makes it very enjoyable. I found myself laughing all the way through it. So I hope you enjoyed that one. The last anime that I'm going to recommend on this list is called The Ascendance of a Bookworm. And I, of course, like this one because it's about books, and the main character is a young woman who has a very, very deep love of books. Her name is Uranu, and she was just hired as a librarian, and it was her dream to become a librarian. And unfortunately, she's killed in an accident, but she awakens and is reincarnated in the body of a young girl named Mine, and Mine is about 5 years old. So her life is completely different, and Uranu comes to realize the longer that she's in this body that she is now in this sort of medieval world. There are no books. She and her family, most people can't read. And so Mine decides that she wants to find books, and she wants to read, and that's all she needs to be okay with this new kind of situation in her life. And so she looks for books. She cannot find any. They're only available to nobles, and they're very expensive. So she decides that if she cannot find books and read books, she's going to write books herself. So she goes out and she's trying to figure out how to make paper. She then tries to, find a way to make clay tablets and all these different ways that she might create writing. And it's kind of fun to watch her try and figure out this how to make this goal become accomplished. And it's very, very interesting, especially to think of how would I respond to being placed in a world like that where everything's totally different. So it's just a very unique and interesting anime, and I really do enjoy that one as well. So I hope that you are able to enjoy anime at home. Perhaps you'll watch one of these 3 anime that I am really enjoying. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I look forward to seeing you at Anime Club when the libraries reopen. Bye, guys.